Hello, I'm doing a quick little project here to replace this tray in my bathroom that holds my wife's rings. Total development time and creating the code for this and actually cutting it out was about an hour overall. Here I'm setting my Z-axis and then my X and Y. I just kind of eyeballed the X and Y here. I knew I had plenty of wood and the project's rather small, so I didn't have to be that particular with it. Using a 1/4 inch bowl bit here. Probably could have used a 1/4 inch down cut here for the first couple passes to make sure that I get good edges, but the bowl bit works fine. It runs it a little quicker because it's a little bit bigger than the 1/4 inch down cut. I do get a little fraying here on the side, but it was easily fixed with some sandpaper. The machine I'm using is the Bob's Quantum Max CNC machine. The bowl bit I'm using here is from Amana. I'll put links in the description. I'm changing bits here. It's a 90-degree VBit. When you change bits, make sure you always change your Z. That's one of the good things about having the probe is it makes it easy and you get it exact every time. Just doing a little bit of a date here. Hindsight, I wish I would have cut this a little bit deeper. Once again, setting my Z for the new bit. This bit here is really better for 3D engraving. It's not really used for profiles typically. I broke my 1/8 inch bit a while back, which I would have used for this normally. The 1/4 inch bit that I have is too big to do this intricate detail, so I'm using this bit here. I'm doing the 16x speed here, but I'm going much slow. I am much slower. I'm going very slow on this. I was paranoid I was going to break the bit, so I'm going extremely slow. The normal speed I run for this, I slowed it down by over 50%. You can see here, this is actually how fast I'm going. This is normal speed here. Making sure to keep the hole clear of sawdust. I was just very paranoid I was going to break this bit. This is also an Amana bit. These bits are pretty expensive. When I set up the design and did the toolpath, I knew it wasn't going to cut all the way through the whole way. I made it just where it would barely get to the edge. You can see here it did cut through most of the way, but it left enough to where it held it in. I didn't have to use tabs or anything like that. I do this quite a bit where I'll cut through almost all the way through the wood, and then I just use the sander to free the piece from the wood. Took maybe a minute worth of sanding to get it free. See, I have swirl marks from the bowl bit. I'll clean that up later. These little sanding pads are wonderful. I love these things. They're very cheap. You can get them on Amazon for very cheap. There's a little air-powered sander. I showed you the sandpaper there, and it looked like it was 120 grit sandpaper. It really was 1200 grit. I was not paying attention when I grabbed it. If I'd actually looked at the grit side of the sandpaper, I would notice it. But you can see I changed to 80 grit here, and it obviously dug into the wood a lot faster and got rid of those swirl marks. This is where I wish I would have engraved the numbers deeper, because I got very close to sanding through the numbers here with the 80 grit sandpaper. Just getting the edges where I couldn't get with the air sander. And a little photo engrave on the back. I was really just doing this because I wanted to use the laser. No one will ever see this, but it's just a picture of me and my wife from our wedding. When I designed this in XCS software, I did a heart-shaped mask around the picture engraving. That way I wasn't wasting a lot of laser on the outside. You can see on the two pieces of wood on the bottom that I'm using to just keep it off the honeycomb that it engraves a little bit on the edge, but not too much. And some semi-gloss clear coat. This little paint holder things there to keep the piece off the ground I made with the XTool S1 as well. I designed those and they fit together. I made like 100 of them. And there's the original piece and the replacement. Thanks for watching.